Hi, I'm John. This is my show, An American Scheme, where I'm proving that Diana Ross is Michael Jackson's actual mother. So since I came into YouTube almost 4 years ago, all I ran into was fake Michael Jackson fans. Okay, so I tried to have conversations with these people. They didn't have any interest in having conversations with me. And just what allows me to be able to make this statement about people is that I have named Billie Jean. Okay, so once I've actually named Billie Jean, there's no doubt about it, you know? There's no doubt about it. I'm right that Billie Jean is Diana Ross, and that Diana Ross is Michael Jackson's actual mother, and that the song Billie Jean is actually about Diana Ross informing Michael Jackson that she was his mother when Michael Jackson was about 10 years old and living in Diana Ross's house. So there's no doubt I'm right. There's no doubt. I'm definitely right about that. So you cannot call yourself a Michael Jackson fan and not have interest in that Billie Jean has actually been discovered. Okay, so when these people are not capable or interested in actually understanding who Billie Jean is, then I know instantly that they're fake fans and stuff, right? So I've had encounters. These are people I had encounters with in the past. I'm going to show you 5 people that really aren't around anymore. And then I'm going to show you 5 people that currently still are around. But what I'm telling you is, like, they're just bigger thieves of Michael Jackson. And that's why they're still around, because they're just continuing to steal from Michael Jackson. The other people, they were more like more fake fans, you know. And then the other ones, they're not just fake fans, they're big Michael Jackson thieves too. So Ashley Ann, she was one of the first people I had talked to when I opened up my page, tried to talk with her and stuff. And she wasn't capable of dealing with any reality of who Michael Jackson was. She's just fake. Where is she now? She hasn't made a video in a year. Like I said, this is what I'm saying is, like, I was telling you these people were fake, and they proved themselves to be fake. And I'm never wrong. I'm never wrong about these people. I'm never wrong. And I'm going to show you, these are ones that are just not around anymore. People I told you were fake, they're not around anymore. There's people that still are around, but they're fake too. So what I'm telling you, these are all fake. So here's Ashley Ann, total fake Michael Jackson fan. River Gibbs, total fake. I called him fake before he announced that he thought Michael Jackson was a pedophile, and he quit because he was big. He was big in the community and stuff, right? And I came out and said, dude, he's fake. He's fake. I'm telling you, he's fake. What happened? Was I proven to be right? Yeah. I mean, just the fact that I could prove that I could point out River Gibbs as being a fake before he proved himself to be a fake, I should get some credit for that. But do I? No, nobody gives me any credit. We got Michael Jackson defense with Thon Lexy. I told you guys he's fake, and now basically he's dropped off of doing his Michael Jackson stuff, and he's doing his Thon Lexy blacklight hip hop stuff. He was just using Michael Jackson. He was a fake Michael Jackson fan. He was using Michael Jackson the whole time so he could try and build up some kind of image for himself. As soon as he was capable of getting away from Michael Jackson, then that's what he did. He left Michael Jackson, he started doing some other thing. He's fake. He's always fake. Even though he's still technically still around, he's gone. And he's fake. He's always been fake. I told you the whole time he's fake. He's not real. He's not capable of dealing with who he's trying to be like a reporter, trying to do all this reporting on Michael Jackson. He couldn't do a report on that Billie Jean was discovered. He's fake as hell. They're all fake. German in Venice, totally fake. So German in Venice gave up doing Michael Jackson because he was big in Michael Jackson, right? He seemed like somebody that you would say, no, he's definitely a fan. He's a Michael Jackson fan. Go to his page. What does he talk about now? Homeless people. Look at his subscriber count. He got that. He jumped up. He got all this. He started talking about homeless people and just talking about Venice primarily. And he started getting a lot of attention from that. Right as soon as he got the attention, that's what he was desiring. He wasn't here to try and advocate for Michael Jackson or to appreciate Michael Jackson's history in the world, his existence and stuff. No, what he was trying to do, he was using Michael Jackson's fame to try and gain fame for himself. And as soon as he got that fame for himself, he left. I mean, he talks about homeless people all the time. He's always showing, like I said again, trying to make himself look good. Well, it's easy to make yourself look good when you're standing by a row of homeless people. He's a fake. He was always a fake. And now, like I said, he's around, but he doesn't do Michael Jackson stuff. Like, very, very rare. He'll do one thing. Maybe he'll go and honor Michael here or there type of thing, just because he's got to show his face around the community, because he knows he owes Michael at least that much for how much Michael's given him, for how much he's stolen from Michael Jackson. He's a fake, just like I told you. He was a fake in the beginning. He's a fake now. He was always just stealing from Michael Jackson. Then you got history in the mix. Now, these people that are like kids and stuff, I never like jumped on them real hard because they're kids and stuff, but he's probably an adult now and stuff, right? And so what happens like with these people, as soon as they become adults, and then boom, they get out of the Michael Jackson. He doesn't do any Michael Jackson stuff. Now he's too busy. All he was trying to do was use Michael Jackson, like playing around in high school, and I'm going to be a YouTuber. Oh, I know how I'll be a YouTuber. I'll talk about Michael Jackson. He's got lots of fans. I can get those fans to talk about me. Oh, yeah. He never cared about Michael Jackson. Was not capable of talking about who Billie Jean really is. He's just fake. He's fake as can be. These fans they're all fake. He's not around anymore. They're fucking just fake. That's all they did. They come around, they steal from Michael Jackson, and then they leave. They're fake. They're fake as hell. So now, those are primarily 5 that have moved past the Michael Jackson stuff. They were here, now they're gone. You know, they're all fake. Not one of those people ever talked about who Billie Jean really is. None of them. They had no interest in actually helping Michael Jackson, actually exposing his real life and dealing with the reality of what he was doing, understanding about the artistic creativity of how he put his true life experience in his songs, of what I'm explaining. These people never cared about any of that. They're fake. So now these are going to be 5 people that are still in YouTube, but they're just pure Michael Jackson. They're fake Michael Jackson fans, and they're just stealing from Michael Jackson. But what they are is they've linked their image to Michael Jackson so much that they don't want anything to change. They don't want to know the truth, because everything about what these fake fans are is that it's all about them. They don't care about Michael Jackson. They want to be known as the Michael Jackson. I'm the big Michael Jackson fan. Come be my friend. Their identity is from stealing from Michael Jackson. Now they've created an identity for themselves. Okay, so MJFANGIRL, she stole from Michael Jackson. All this time she's just been stealing from him. But she's a fangirl, so she identifies, I'm a fangirl. I'm an MJFANGIRL. See, they've created this false identity from which they've stolen from Michael Jackson's legacy, but she's not even a fan. She's not a Michael Jackson fan. She doesn't care that Billie Jean has been discovered, that Michael Jackson's real life story is being explained. She doesn't care about that. These people never come around my page. And the other thing is, they're not capable of debunking my work. And see, that's the other thing that my work is true. There's 2 parts. It shows my work is true, and it shows that they're all fake fans. Because if they were real fans, they would have done an investigation into my story, but they can't do it. Okay? Then if they were real fans and they had great knowledge as being fans, then they would be able to debunk my work. But they can't debunk my work. And then they know, in order to, once they start looking at my work, like if they wanted to debunk it, right? What happens is they go look, they see, I can't debunk this. This guy's dealing with real facts and real evidence. And they know they can't do it. So instead of like furthering their investigation and being interested in my work, they just run from me, and they refuse to talk about me. They won't talk about me. They're nothing. They just want to know that they've got their image of what they've stolen from Michael Jackson, and that's all they care about. All they care about is what they've stolen from Michael Jackson and created this image of being a Michael Jackson fan for themselves. So Hector Barjot is a total fake Michael Jackson fan. All he does is steal from Michael Jackson's legacy to create now this image of what he believes is a real Michael Jackson fan in YouTube. He's being labeled, oh, he's my big Michael Jackson collector. He really cares about Michael Jackson. He doesn't care anything about Michael Jackson. All he cared about is that Michael Jackson was famous. He was able to steal from Michael Jackson's fame, in order to take this, create this image for himself. All he cares about is himself. He doesn't care about Michael Jackson. These are fake Michael Jackson fans, and all they do is steal from Michael Jackson. So all the detail does is make videos about stories that have been told before. Okay, there's all these stories, all these pictures, all this stuff. Michael Jackson was a huge star. There's so much about him that has been reported on, so many photographs. Okay, so he just regurgitates the same stuff that's already been out there. He doesn't do anything new, doesn't do any real reporting, doesn't do any investigating, because all he wants to do is to keep telling the same lies that was always told about Michael Jackson. And then so the fans that are out there, they like to think that they're Michael Jackson fans. And a way for them to think that they're Michael Jackson fans is to think that they're informed about Michael Jackson's life. So if this detail just tells you the stories that have always been told about Michael Jackson, then the fake fans that are out there, they get to say, yeah, I know about Michael Jackson. See, because this is how, like, when the detail talks about Michael Jackson, this is the way the detail talks about. And the fake fans say, yeah, I know that information too. Yeah, I know that same information. So, see, it uplifts them, and so it makes them feel good that they're real Michael Jackson fans, when in reality, they're all just talking about the same lies. They don't care about Michael Jackson. All they do is steal from Michael Jackson so they could make themselves feel better. They're fake. They're all fake. I keep telling you, they're all fake. So then you got Pearl Jr. She's like she really bugs me about how disgusting she is, because she's created this whole lie about Michael Jackson, and the people can't see like how disgusting and how fake she is. Like with her, it's so easy to prove. Like there's a recording called it's called the Michael Jackson slurred speech. The slurred speech recording that was played in court, and it was actually the thing that the judge was most angry about Dr. Conrad Murray. He wasn't really mad that Murray killed Michael Jackson, because in reality, a doctor is allowed to administer drugs to their client, and if the client dies during that process, that's not really a big deal. He's allowed to do that. If the client is saying I got pain and the doctor gives him drugs, he's allowed to do that. There's a technicality thing there, how he was giving him drugs that he should not have been giving outside of like a surgical procedure with the propofol stuff. That was a drug that was like, you kind of went a little bit far with that. But doctors are allowed to experiment on their clients, on their patients. They're allowed to do that shit. So that wasn't really what pissed the judge off. If you go watch the court case, the thing that really pissed the judge off was that Michael Jackson slurred speech recording, the one I'm talking about. And if you ask Pearl Jr. about that, she'll just say, oh, that wasn't real. And it's like, oh, okay. So Pearl Jr. she doesn't just have Michael Jackson involved in this death hoax. She's got like all the prosecutors, all of the doctors that worked on the case, the judge. She's got Pepsi's involved in it. It's like she'll bring anybody she wants to bring into it, and then when they say something, she'll say, oh, that's a clue. That means they're in on it. And she's got this great big old conspiracy, and anything that's a fact that she doesn't lie, she just says, oh, well, that's fake. That's not real. And it's like, and I specifically point out the Michael Jackson slurred speech recording, because I heard her say, oh, Michael Jackson was never using drugs. There's no way that that's actually his voice. He's faking it. And it's like, oh my God, you're pathetic. The dude's totally drugged out, and Dr. Murray recorded him while he was high. And that's the thing that if you actually watch the Michael Jackson, the Dr. Murray trial, you'll see that when the judge is handing down the sentence to Dr. Murray, the thing that really pissed the judge off was that slurred speech recording. And Pearl Jr. just, oh, that's not even real. That's like, dude, that's the reason that Dr. Murray went to jail. Because that's what proved the neglect that with the client, if you've got like the doctor and the patient, and there's private things about what they're doing. But when Dr. Murray recorded Michael Jackson while he was high like that, that breached that the client and the patient, the confidentiality like agreement, the things that they have. That was the thing that the judge was really pissed off about. It was specifically that one thing. And so it's like, also you get like the Dr. Klein. The Dr. Klein always talks about like Michael Jackson's drug use and how he was trying to weed him off drugs. What about when you go back with like Elizabeth Taylor, when Michael Jackson was overdosing, like when he was in the 90s and stuff, and he was having his drug problem, and Elizabeth Taylor's trying to help him. So all that's fake, right? That was all just a setup to set up Michael Jackson's death. That's like how elaborate Pearl Jr.'s conspiracy is. And it's like, That shit's bullshit. It's ridiculous. For anybody to believe that you could have that kind of conspiracy like wrapped up in the Michael Jackson's death, it's like ridiculous. You people are fucking clueless and shit. You don't know anything. And she sits out there making money because it's like a thing from Hitler. There's like actual like the propaganda, the words in propaganda, like that this is part of like Hitler's thing, and the Joseph Goebbels, his like right-hand man. They say the bigger the lie, the more people will believe it. So Pearl Jr.'s actual work of what she does it's like Nazi propaganda. She knows that as long as she keeps telling the bigger the lie, and she just keeps saying it, that there's people out there that'll believe it. So that's actually what she does. She's like a Nazi propagandist who's using Michael Jackson's fame and Michael Jackson's actual pains of what he had to do, his life experience, and then which caused his death. She's using all that to create this frickin' propaganda, frickin' BS, Michael Jackson's frickin' the death hoax stuff, or what she's doing to make money for herself. I mean, she really, really disgusts me. And like, I made a video one time, because that's the way it's like with reporters and stuff. She claims to be a reporter and a documentary filmmaker. So one of her videos, I used a couple little pieces from it, because I had to use pieces of her video to show that this is what I'm debunking. This is the story of what you're telling, right? So I used a little piece of her video, I'd play it, and then I debunked it. I showed that's not true. I came back with real evidence, and now she didn't come back and have a conversation with me and say, oh, that was interesting, but here's my point of view. And she didn't do that. What did she do? She reported that video I made of her, she reported it to YouTube, and she put a strike on my page. It's like, as I'm telling you, she's disgusting. And these people, if you come at them and you try to expose them, because they're so fake of what they are, they won't have a conversation and be like, okay, that's cool, you debunked me with better evidence. So that can further help show that my story's better when I know more truth, and I can help develop my story better when I have this better understanding of the whole truth. She didn't do that. She attacked me and tried to remove my work, because she knew that she couldn't handle it. I mean, that's all there is to it. She's fake. She's fake as hell. She's disgusting. She's evil. She's actually performing Nazi propaganda on Michael Jackson's fans. And there's people out there that actually support her, like Michael Trapson. Just the other day in one of his live streams, he said that, there was a time, this is Michael Trapson actually said this just the other day in one of his live streams. He said, oh yeah, I did believe that Michael Jackson faked his death. He said that, and then he says, he mentioned Pearl Jr.'s name, and he said, Pearl Jr., she does incredible research. Okay, so he acknowledged Pearl Jr., he validated her death hoax story, and he gave her credit as being a reporter revolving around the Michael Jackson scene. What, will he ever do that with me? No. He won't ever do anything with me, because what happens is when he looked at my work, he saw that it was something he could not handle. He couldn't handle it, and being the Michael Jackson actual thief of what he is, he didn't want my story to be exposed, because he doesn't know how that fits into his life of being the thief of the Michael. See, if he was a Michael Jackson fan, he would be happy with my story. But he's not a real Michael Jackson fan. He's just a Michael Jackson thief. And since my story's true, he doesn't know how to handle that, so the only way of which he knows to handle it is he won't say my name. He refuses to say my name. He won't acknowledge me in any way. That's what they do. They completely ignore me. They don't want nothing to do with me. He can't debunk me. He's a fake fan, so he won't acknowledge that I'm even doing work out here, because he's totally fake. He's a total fraud. He's only just a Michael Jackson thief. It's so easy for me to see, and that's what I'm trying to show you. It's like all the people I call thieves, I call them fakes and stuff, and you see that the ones I call fakes, they all leave. They go do something else, they stuff. So there's people that are around now. And like I said, I exposed to you, I tell you the truth. They're all fake. This is what they're actually doing, and not one of them will investigate my story, because they're not real Michael Jackson fans. And they understand that if my story's true, then they feel like, because the way that they would, if you're a real Michael Jackson fan, then you're like saying, oh, well, I like the new story. And then if you're a real Michael Jackson fan, you're not worried about the truth coming out, because then you're like, well, it's the truth. And here, let me show the truth better. And then we're Michael Jackson fans. This is good for the Michael Jackson community, but they're all fake. And so that's what they will not do. They won't talk about my story. They refuse. They can't debunk it. Just the fact of the matter that you got all these people out here, and there's a whole bunch more, right? None of them can debunk my work. And you don't think that I've been around for 4 years, I've been yelling at all these people, I made all kinds of videos. If my work was fake, it would be easily to prove it's fake. But none of these people can do that, because once they look at my work, they see that they're not smart enough. They can't debunk it. And they know that if they try to debunk it, they know that I'm smart enough to come back and counter what they do. So that's why they refuse to talk about me. And they know that there's truth in my work, and since they're not real Michael Jackson fans, they don't want my work to come out, because they know that when it comes out, all they're thinking about is themselves, because they're not thinking about Michael Jackson. They're just thinking about themselves, and that's why they don't talk about me, talk about my story, and why they're definitely not capable of debunking my work, because my work's true. I mean, that's all there is to it. They're all fake. Like, it's easy to prove. They're all fake. They're all in here just stealing from Michael Jackson, creating this image for themselves so they can have the image of being a Michael Jackson impersonator. Or any like stupid Trapson, oh, I'm a Michael Jackson tribute artist and shit, right? Yeah. All your work is just, how are you tributing to Michael Jackson? By stealing from him and altering his great work. And you're like dumbing it down and ghetto-fying it as the crap stuff of what you do. It's like, okay, Trapson EO is a cool thing and stuff, and I'll give it credit, but without Captain EO, then there's nothing for you to steal from. Then you don't get inspired to do all that stuff. There is no inspiration for you. Without him, you're OG Kano. Who the fuck's OG Kano? Who gives a fuck about OG Kano? Nobody. Nobody gives a fuck about OG Kano. That's why you dumped OG Kano's dumb ass too, and you went and stole from Michael Jackson, because you found that stealing from Michael Jackson was better. Being a Michael Jackson thief and impersonator was much better than being an original OG Kano, because OG Kano was garbage. So you're like, okay, well, it's better to be a thief and a junkie impersonator and ghetto-fying Michael Jackson's real art. That's better than being stupid OG Kano and trying to do something on your own. You're a total failure. I mean, it just proves what a failure Michael Trapson is in his life. He had his opportunity. He has a music studio in his house. He can make songs and stuff, but instead of trying to stick it out and trying to be original and seeing how his life developed through his own natural progression of being a human being and trying to be an artist, instead of trying to do that, no, as soon as something came up and he realized, hey, I can steal from Michael Jackson. Oh, people like me doing this. Okay, I'll just keep doing it. Fucking scum. They're trash. All of them. Every single one. Every single YouTuber in here that has a Michael Jackson page that is not talking about my work, that's all there is to it. They're fake. And then they're, oh, I'm a Michael Jackson dancer. I'm a this. I'm a that. Well, yeah, you're a thief. You're a fucking loser. You're a scumbag in this world. And that's why you're stealing from Michael Jackson's legacy, because you think it makes you something more than what you are. You're not. All of you freaking thieving scumbag losers. You're all fake, and I guarantee I'm going to expose it to the world.